Hi everyone, it's the Reality of My Youth show, and we are on. And I've just realized I haven't introduced myself. I'm just always talking, diving deep into the topic, digging into the topic of the day, but I haven't said whose voice is this. So, or let's say I haven't said who's the host of the Reality of My Youth show. That is Motambe Esther. That's my name, Motambe Esther. And yeah, it's really a privilege to have this opportunity to just be out there and talking and hoping that whatever it is I say will be the message that somebody wants to hear out there. And for now, you've got to bear with me. I'm just going to do the audios and incorporating them with, using InShots, any app that could be usable for now before I get on camera. For that, I've got to organize myself and organize a few stuffs and ensure that I'm ready for the task ahead. So bear with me for now. Let's just keep on rolling with this, whatever it is that you have, because we've got to do something and we've got to make something be in motion. I can't just sit and expect things to just be. When everything is okay, then that's when I'll start doing it. If I feel okay, the pressure was just too much, I felt that I was delaying and I had to start doing this thing. So yeah, I just had to use whatever it is that I had at the moment, and that's what I'm doing. And as I wait to just organize myself, and I know that soon I'll be on camera, very soon. And with that said, I'd like us to dive into our today's topic, and it's really an exciting one, very interesting. So today we are going to talk about dealing with our brokenness, dealing with our own brokenness. The whole thing is that maybe you have not attended to yourself, you haven't been so concerned about your well-being, you haven't been checking on yourself, and you're out there, you feel out of place and you feel insufficient in some place. So the whole idea is that we've got to deal with our brokenness and not choose other people to deal with it. For on a light note, I'll just use, for example, let's say you get out of relationships, of a relationship, my apologies. So you get out of a relationship, and after that, you get into another relationship. You know, this all phrase of people saying kuludi, sijui kuoga na kuludi soko. This phrase is just that you get out of a relationship, you just get into another. There's those people who can't stay single. I don't know, and they're just for the idea of I don't know if it's their personality, their nature, or they're just afraid to deal with the void. They can't believe that they're going to be around. And some people are just there to prove their former partners, kind of long. And I can do this without you. You've got nothing to prove to anyone. At the end of the day, you've got everything to prove to yourself, not people. Because you might think you're proving somebody wrong and they don't even care. And it doesn't mean anything to them. And not just that, you might be trying to prove something to the wrong people. People who didn't even deserve their attention or your time for time immemorial. So the whole idea is, don't use other people to scratch your back. Don't just get out of a relationship, get into another, and you don't care about the other person that you're involving in. Yes, you'll stay with this person, and maybe you get to heal. They'll cover up the whole void in you. It dawns on you, just like, oh, well, I don't like this person anymore, and I can't imagine a life with them. And you now start bringing up the idea, I don't think we can make this work, what. So they just start asking, so you're just busy using me? That phrase will definitely come. And since maybe they were genuine people, there are people who are genuine, they get, and you're there coming to use them to heal. You're not ready to deal with your brokenness. You use other people so that you can heal. So from all that, the whole idea is, if you've got an issue, an unmet need, meet it first. Deal with yourself. It's happened, you're broken, you feel hurt and all that. Deal with it. Don't use other people. Other people do have emotions as well. So whatever it is that happens, make sure you deal with it before you involve a second party into it. Because you'll leave them, they'll leave you because they respect themselves. They're not going to just stay there begging for you to give them attention, keep on asking you why you're doing this to them, because all along they were just in it, genuinely. And that's really, really bad, actually. It's really inhuman. So at all times, let's all embrace dealing with our own issues. If it's a friend who happened to betray you, deal with it. Don't get into other friendships and then you're halfway in, halfway out. You don't want to, you don't even trust them into your issues. You don't want to involve them, and you're there involving, bringing in other people. So the whole matter is just, you get yourself, you put yourself together, you face it off, even if it's going to be uncomfortable. You're not doing anything for anyone, actually. It's for your own peace, it's for your own sanity, and you can't keep on learning from yourself. If it hurt, yes, it did hurt, it was unfair, but you've got to face it, deal with it, and don't bring somebody else into the picture to help you heal. Be responsible for your own life, be responsible for your own joy, be responsible for your own bad moments. Know that, embrace them, because that's what makes us us, and that's what makes you you. You've got to face it. If it happened, it was unfair. And life is never fair, actually. It never is, and it will never be. You can't expect each and every day that you're going to be happy. It's when things are going well for you. You've got to even start being happy in the midst of storms, in the midst of the brokenness, and start in learning how to handle yourself much better. Because the moment I get to realize that the moment we deal with our broken self, we end up coming out more stronger. We're not the weak people that we used to be. We are on another level. We've advanced. So the whole thing is, you're not doing it for anyone, and you're not trying to prove anything to anyone. Because sometimes there's this phrase that always says that those who care don't matter, and those who matter, they don't care. So sometimes you just think that, oh, I'm doing this to prove something to somebody, but at the end of the day, they don't care. So, and at the end of the day, you go about hurting other people. You hurt them all along. You keep on hurting yourself, because you will leave them, but you will have already involved a life. And trust me, karma is real, and it will always find a way of paying back to you, because you can't just think that you can walk into people's lives and do whatever it is that you want, and when you want to walk away, you walk away, and things are just going to be fine. No, it's, even if they're not going to be bitter about it, it's not going to be just a walkover. Your conscience will not be at peace, because you just be like, what I did to this person wasn't good. And I don't even think you're going to have that time to recall that, because you not have changed. It's just that you realize, oh, I didn't want this person. You walk away. And where will you walk away to? Maybe to another victim. And you can't keep running away from yourself. You can't keep running away from problems when they arise. If it comes your way, deal with it. It might be uncomfortable, but trust you, me, it always brings out the best out of us. Actually, you dealing with your weak self, with your pained self, with your broken self, it gives you so much wisdom. At the end of it, it brings so much right and so much quality, and you didn't have to, it's peaceful, because you didn't go about causing chaos into other people's life, messing up people's minds, hearts, and all that, involving innocent people and all that. You not have anyone to judge you or to question you. Why did you do this? You shouldn't have done that. So anytime that you feel, I'm broken, I'm hurt, I've got to do this, I don't have self-love, I don't love myself, I don't show up for myself, I keep on looking for validation from people, I keep on trying to impress people, that's brokenness. And if you don't deal with it, you're going to keep on looking for it in the long places, and you'll never be satisfied. So at the end of the day, you can't use other people to heal you. You can't go for other means. Sometimes you just go for, maybe it doesn't have to be jumping to somebody else's life. You can adopt a lifestyle that isn't even worth it. A lifestyle that you'll maybe, for example, let's say partying out there, maybe taking drugs, to help you live and deal with the whole brokenness. But at the end of the day, it's not going to be long term. It's just going to be a short term satisfaction, and this isn't what you want, and this isn't what you are, and this isn't something that you should be proud of. because we want something that lasts forever, something that no one or nothing can come and take away from us. Because the moment you deal with that brokenness, the character that it molds and builds you to into, no one can take it away. You're going to work with it, and anytime that you face a similar situation, you're just like, I did it, I can do it again. And even if it's going to be more advanced, you just be like, if I faced that, this one, I need, if it's more advanced, I also need to advance my tactics this time around. So it's all about we building ourselves and being our best version of ourselves, in spite of the moment, in spite of whatever injustice or unfairness that was done to us. We've got to always choose ourselves. You can't live bitter, you can't walk half alive and half dead just because of someone's opinion or someone's actions. No, you're giving them so much power. So the whole thing is deal with your brokenness. Face it. It's going to be uncomfortable, but it's going to be worth it. The person that it's going to mold you into at the end of the day, you just be like, no. You just be like, it happened. It did happen. And I handled this and that. Well, because you worked on yourself. And the best reward you can give you, it's by working on yourself, showing up for yourself in your broken most moments, because you've got no one else to learn to. And if you can't learn to yourself, you keep on learning to the world, and they'll never give you that satisfaction that you're looking for. You'll never get it. The satisfaction that you get to just be short-lived. But if you decide to be like, I'll show up for myself and you deal with this, its effect long-term. And no one can take it away from you. And the wisdom, the knowledge that you learned from that, from listening to yourself, the calmness, the patience, the self-love, and all that, you're going to carry it all the way. And from there all along, you're going to build healthy relationships. And you're not going to risk or to put yourself in a situation where you have to deal with that pain again. And with that said and done, deal with your brokenness. You've got it. And at the end of the day, you've got just you. And if you learn for help from in the long places, you just hurt you at the end of it. But if you decide to embrace it, face it, and deal with it, well, it's for your own good. And the person that it molds you into, it's someone that you admire, and someone that you look in the mirror and just say, you know what? You're just amazing. And you've got it all in control. You've got this. Whatever comes our way, we're going to tackle it. Because one, you can't be divided with yourself. You've got to be in unity. Because at the end of the day, unity is strength. And division, you know what division always does. And with that, we come to the end of